Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning, August the 16th, 2026, 72 degrees here in Hampstead, Maryland. You know, it's been pretty much the same temperature now for, I want to say, weeks. Like, we've been a long time. Like, it's been 67 to 72. That's the range. It's actually going to rain today. It's going to be a rainy day. It is not raining right now. It doesn't even feel too humid, actually. But, yeah, we're going to get rain today, starting at 10 a.m. I only know that so positively because I just looked at my phone a few minutes ago. I didn't look at it earlier. So, let's get Rosie going. Here she comes. Here she comes. And then we'll be ready to go. What did we do here? Come here. Come here, Rosie. Here we go. Boom. Let's do it.
Connected to YouTube Livestream Base 2513W03Y. Connected to YouTube Livestream Base 2513W03Y.
Vase 251. That would be VES. Just for anybody who's trying to relate to Josie's speech. All right, let me, what was I gonna clean the window? Should I do it? Yeah, let's do it. Because everything else is ready to roll. We got all the donuts, 156 donuts in the van. Going to WhatADay. We only have one delivery today. And we're a little ahead of time, so let's do this. Sometimes I don't know if I'm making it worse or better. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. If I wipe outside of my cleanliness spot or whatever you want to call it, if I go outside of that, sometimes it drags smudgy stuff into the. Well, we're good. We're good. We're all good. All right, here we go. Seatbelts on, lights on. Epic Orchestra is the name of this song. So we're about to start an epic journey to pursue happiness. Ready? Feel it, feel it, feel it. Here we go. I'm excited. There we go. I don't need to have the music that loud. I don't really need it that loud. Sunday morning, it's quiet on the streets. Quiet on the streets. I saw one deer today, and it was actually, there's this spot along the highway. I think they must, I know where it is exactly now when I go by. On my way up, all I ever see is like a head and ears sticking up. So I think they lay down. I think it kind of dips a little bit. So they're already a little bit lower than the highway level, but I think this deer is also laying down. I've seen like 3 deer in this spot, but there was one there this morning. Just sitting there looking around. What's going on? You know, this is weird, okay? They paved this road, but now look, the left side looks darker than the right. And this was the first side that they paved. This is getting very confusing. Road work is confusing me. Doesn't it look darker? What if I drive over here? Yeah, this is weird. Like, they paved the whole road. They did this side that I'm on now first. But it looks considerably less black as the side. You get on your side. Get on your side. Anyway. Maybe it's just an optical illusion. It's weird, though. So it's quiet on the streets, and we've already passed more cars now than we do on a normal work day. I don't know what's going on. Cows are 50-50, 50%. Oh, the black cows were about 50-50. Half were standing and half were down. The white spotted cows were 75% down, 25% up. It's important information to know. Drive in the darkness. Yeah, see? Doesn't it look like that to you? Like the left side of the road is a darker color. And it didn't look like that yesterday. I don't know. Let's go. I was about to say. Say that like WhatADay's weekend deliveries have consistently been rising over the summer. So like, which I think is odd because usually the summer things slow down a little bit, but you know, yesterday was 174 maybe. Today's 156. Like that, they're high numbers for them. And high, I'm saying a high number, but that's because like maybe 4-6 months ago it was more like maybe 110, 120 on a weekend day. So it's gradually kind of increased. Observation from the bakery van. It's a BVO, a bakery van observation. Yesterday I was looking for a song about bakery vans just so I could like use them behind the scenes on a short or something. I like to use real music. Like I don't want to do the AI music thing. But what I've noticed is when I search for music in YouTube Music, you go, that's, you know, you search for a song, and I used to type in something like bakery van or, you know, whatever topic I was trying to match. So I've noticed recently though, and it'll tell you when you're looking through the list, like how many times that song has been viewed or listened to. It's sort of like a view count, but it's, you know, how many people have listened to it. And so you kind of want to look for a song that's got at least 1 million or more. Like 1 million is the lower number. You know, if it's 1 million, it still might not be a highly recognizable song. So I look for songs that are like, you know, the more millions they are, the better. And there have always been songs that are below 1 million. But now I'm seeing a lot more. It seems like over the course of the last year or so, I've seen an increase in the number of these. And there's like 210, stuff like that. And I think what's happening, I don't know this for sure because I don't click on them all and listen to them. But I wonder if the AI songs that people are making up are making their way into the YouTube music world. You know? I don't know. But I think it's strange that they would even put a song in the list that like 2 people had listened to. I mean, I realize you want to give people a chance, but maybe there just aren't enough songs with the subject of bakery van or bakery delivery or something like that. There are just so few. And you can't list them. Like you could say, all right, here are my search results. Thank you very much. Now please sort them by the most listened to the least. I wish you could do that, but you can't do that. So you kind of have to scroll through them and look for the ones that have the big numbers. So I didn't find any, by the way. If I was discussing this topic like maybe 6 months ago, I would have said that you find a lot of rap songs. No matter what topic you pull up, you find songs, rap songs that have lyrics that could match what you're looking for. But most of the time they're not. First of all, they don't have millions and millions of views, but they also aren't particularly, they usually have a lot of foul language and stuff in them too. But like you could type in, I need a song matching, rats eating pizza. I don't know, I just made that up. Out of the blue, I'm saying rats eating pizza. And it would come up with songs. Now, maybe there's none that specifically say something about pizza, so it would be rats eating rats, blah blah blah. But you could find music. And I would almost guarantee that at least 80% of the songs that came up on a search like that would be rap songs. I saw a rat eating pizza while I walked down the street. Bum, 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 bum. I ran after him and I kicked him with my feet. Bum, bum, bum. There's something out there like that.
There's007 says I can't listen to modern rap, it's not talented. The old rap had skill to it like NWA, Tupac and Snoop Dogg, etc, etc. Modern rap is brainwashing the kids here to go literally kill each other, not good.
Hey Chris, good morning. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I can't think of a rap song that I like. I just don't. Not my style. And it is hard to find rap, it's hard to find a lot of rap songs that don't have a considerable amount of offensive language in them. I'm starting to feel like I'm a prude or whatever. But I noticed, not that I don't ever use the F-bomb. I do occasionally, not like ever in like a normal conversation, but if something happens, like if somebody cuts me off or something, and it's like really close to an accident, I might say something. I might like be, what the, like that kind of thing. But it's very rare for me. It's just not a word, like some of those words, I just don't use them a lot. Or even think of them. But I have noticed recently that there's just not recent, like it just started. No, it started a while ago, but it's on the rise. And some people that I really like I was saying the other day, and I think Donna agreed. But because I think she noticed it too, that the guy, there's a good podcaster. I mean, he interviews really good people, and I think he has. I like the questions that he asks, but he says the F word constantly, and I can't listen to him. Not because I'm overly offended, which I'm slightly offended, but not because of me personally, but like if I have the music on, if I'm playing that podcast and the people, the employees in the bakery come back where I am and they walk through, and there are a lot of young girls working there. I'm like, I don't want to be like having them walk through, yeah, Mr. Craig's back there and all it does is everything he listens to, they're just cursing all the time. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. And that's not the way they would sound. I was just trying to use it. I just realized I made them sound like some goofy guy, but yeah, Mr. Craig's back there. But there's a couple. That's Chris Williamson. And like I said, he's great. But sometimes he gets on a roll, man. And then you got to, if I want to listen to some comedians, that's why I like Nate. I never say his last name right. Nate Bergassi or something like that is how you say his last name. He's pretty funny. He's good because he doesn't curse at all, ever. So he is family friendly.
There's 007 says, morning Craig, last great rapper with Eminem, he did good stuff, but even he said in an interview he can't stand the new rap, anything post 2010 is terrible. Chris Ayers 007 says, text does not read my last comment, lol. 007 says, Rosie wake up, lol.
Rosie. I wonder if it held it. It might have held it for review. Sometimes YouTube, if they're not sure whether it's appropriate to post it, they'll hold it for review. Oh, I see one actually, I think.
There's 007 says, it's okay Craig, Rosie did read it in the end, lol, there was a delay here.
Oh, is that, okay, cool. Guy took us going out on his boat. (2010) was that when it? 16 years ago. Still hot over there? You have any sign of rain? Oh, look at me. I'm riding along with my high kicks on. rain today. Later, like 10 o'clock, I think. It's supposed to rain again today.
There's 007 says it will rain tomorrow hopefully and was still too hot. Also I uploaded another short guitar video to my channel, got near 300 views in one day, so not bad.
Oh wow, that's good. Oh, I didn't see that yesterday. I think I got notified on that. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, that is really good. We just crossed the section of the road we just passed. There were like skid marks in the road that looked like something very bad might have happened there yesterday. Last night I guess I was still on the computer around 7, and I think it was a little bit after 7 or something. I saw John was online, which is a little early for him, so I stopped in there and said hello. This is what's funny. This is what I mean. He's on exactly when I'm in bed, because normally like around 7, between 7 and 8, I'm getting ready to go to bed. He usually comes on, I think, around closer to 8. So I saw he was on. I jumped in there for a little bit, and then when I got up this morning at 2:30, he was still on. I saw that he was still on, but I didn't jump into the chat because he was wrapping up for the day. But so he was basically driving. His live stream was during my full sleeping time yesterday.
There's 007 says yeah, hopefully no one had an accident. A trucker I watch had a near miss yesterday. Someone overtook him dangerously, but karma got the guy as he broken down 2 hours late and trucker honked at him lol.
Oh really? Who was that? Was that Bobby? He's the only trucker I know. That's why I threw that name out there. Was that the Ride Along Gang? Yeah, they see some crazy stuff out there. deer sleeping right on the side of the road. That is so dangerous. I think watching the ride along thing, watching Bobby's channel was really the first sort of ride along YouTube channel that I was watching. You know,
There's 007 says it was not Bobby, it was Michael from Freight Relocators, and even worse, he had his dog with him, so he was very angry at the other guy as it was another truck that overtook him and it was going so fast.
Oh. I don't know him. But Bobby, I watched Bobby for a while. I was watching Bobby when I was working, when I started driving this delivery van. It's sort of where I got my idea. And then when I started driving the van, and first time I put the camera up and started videotaping the trip, because I'm in this very rural, you know, like I'm driving around, this is not the strongest cell phone signals out here. So I was getting a lot of drop signals or very weak signals. So I asked Bobby, I'm like, how do you, like, he's out on the highway driving he's in remote areas, and he was the one that told me about Starlink. I don't remember exactly when I started watching John. Oh, and Bobby also had the text-to-speech. Because first I had to see if the video would work. I got that working. Then I had to figure out how to get the text-to-speech to work because I couldn't read the chat. And then I got the microphone after that. That was a little bit later because I'd been watching John for a while. I got the same microphone John was using. Early, they don't open, I think, until 7 on.
There's 007 says cool.
I think I should call. I don't think they're going to know I'm here. What a day, what a day. Didn't I just call them yesterday? Oh, there we go. never know what microphone I'm supposed to use. I don't know whether the speaker, I should know this. I don't know whether the speaker that I use for Rosie, which is where this is ringing right now. All right, they gotta be coming. We'll see, they're gonna open that door any second now. But yeah, I don't know if the speaker has a microphone. I guess it does. Oh, there it is. Good morning.
What's up, Austin?
How's it going?
Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be back. All right. We got donuts. We got donuts. The rack is here already. Donuts in the case. We had a little oat. We got more than a case full today. Hang on a little more. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. 156 donuts, 20 mini Danish, 8 large Danish, 6 cinnamon buns, and 6 chocolate all the time. 6 cronuts and 6 cinnamon buns. What did I do with my thumbnail yesterday? What did I do? I gotta remember. There's a variety on this tray. What did I do? I did something. Oh, the horses. Yesterday, I took a screenshot from the horses. And you know, I take the screenshots and then I put them into to make my thumbnails. I use Photoshop. So I usually try to sharpen the pictures. Yesterday, I got so the pictures actually look a little sharper than if you look at the videos. But anyway, it just sharpens the edges up and stuff. But anyway, look, they're all glazed. I think they got 24 glazed today. But I also blurred out, you can't even tell because it's only a thumbnail, but I blurred out, these were the cream filled. We got another tray of them too. Boston cream and cream. I blurred out the license plate. Cream, oh no, these are jelly. No, they're cream, sorry, in Boston. But it's so small. I mean, somebody's looking at a thumbnail, they're never going to see the license plate. No, and it's really not a problem to show a license plate. But part of me thought, well, you know, since it's my thumbnail, I don't want to be like, people don't even have to look at the video, it's going to see it. 6 cinnamon buns and how many is that? 9, 10. 8, I'm sorry, it's 8. 9, 10, 8. One of those numbers. I got 2 more trays, okay. The minis, little coconuts, love them. That's actually the perfect size Danish. Last but not least, Cronuts coming in, coming in, coming in. Boom, 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 boom. And there we go. Okay. We got the headbanging stuff today. Another music genre I don't follow too closely. All right, guys, have a good day.
Thank you.
See you. You hear that? What is that? I mean, for some reason, and this is going to sound really bad, but that sounds like what it would sound like in hell. You know what I mean? And I apologize to anybody that likes that music because I don't mean to insult it. But I'm just saying my version of hell would include that music.
Here's 007 says awesome.
All right, here we go. You think that music's awesome? Is that what you said? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. There we go. All right. Delivery is done. Back in the van. So we are hitting the road. I'll try to point out that spot on the road that I was talking about because it really did look like it went across the road, like somebody skidded and went across the road, and then I don't remember I think I was looking at the marking on the road, so I didn't see what happened when it, like if the guardrail looks like it got hit or something, I don't know. I have to check it out.
Chris Ayers 007 says nah, the text to speech was behind again, Craig Law.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Rosie's taking it easy on a Sunday morning. Delivered by 6:30 today. what I was listening to yesterday. Yesterday, while I was working, I was listening to some YouTube podcasts. I think I was listening to the guys that talk about YouTube, talk about creating content on YouTube. There's one guy I was listening to yesterday. I remember that Kevin Colby is his name. Kevin Colby. Keith Colby? Kevin Colby? I think it's Kevin. And he doesn't do shorts. So whenever he's talking, he's just talking about long form. But one thing I didn't realize, I've realized now, because a lot of the conversations about YouTube have been about the whole 4,000 versus 8,000 hours of watch time that people will need in order to become monetized. So it's not something that's like really on my mind a whole lot, but the way it works right now, it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So most of the conversations on the topic are revolving around getting more watch hours. But that's not my problem. Not that it's a problem, but that's, for me to be monetized, my struggle isn't with the watch hours. Like I'm at 4,000. Not at 8,000, but I'm at 4,000. But it's the subscribers. So most of the people, oh look, it's starting to rain. Most of the conversation is about how do people get more watch hours. And so during those conversations, what I hadn't really been aware of is shorts do not count towards your watch hours. I didn't know that. Like, they're a whole separate animal. So, you can get a lot of views on your shorts. People could be watching them through. There's the deer. Deer is still asleep over there. Wake up! So I thought that was interesting. The requirement for shorts is always some crazy number, like 10. Right now, it's 10 million. You have to have 10 million views. It's one of the, if you want to be monetized and you're doing shorts. 10 million. You'd have to be pumping out a lot of shorts to get 10 million. That seems like a crazy number to me. Now, maybe it isn't. I don't do a lot of shorts. I do shorts. I like shorts. I don't have a problem with them. 10 million is a crazy number. However, that number and these changes go into effect February 1st of next year. So the shorts number goes from 10 million to 20 million. And by the way, that's in 90 days. So you have to have 10 million views in 90 days. That seems like a lot. So that's what, but the conversations that they're having regarding, how to try to help people get monetized are just helpful in general, even though that isn't like a main goal for me, honestly. But it's helpful just in general, you know, like what people are looking for and that kind of stuff. I do find them kind of interesting.
There's 007 says, yeah, you won't get rich off Yuppi anymore unless some movie producer spots you lol.
Or you have to be, yeah, or you have to be like long form videos. You have to have a lot of people watching them. You have to build like a really big following to get rich. And what I kind of learned was, I guess, what to expect. I think a lot of people were asking, you know, like the questions, oh look, here's where that car went off. It looks like he didn't. See that those skid marks kind of end at the guardrail, but the guardrail doesn't look like it was hit. So that's weird. That was that where it looks like there was an accident yesterday. Maybe not. Maybe they miraculously stopped right before the guardrail.
There's 007 says, yeah, very odd.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right though. You're not. I mean, people are. I think some of the creators that I've been watching are saying, and these are people that are already monetized, so they're trying to help, you know, like explain to people what that change really means, because it sounds pretty dramatic, especially if you're like new, you're starting out and you're like, what? You know, all of a sudden you're going to double it. And 4,000 is not an easy number to get to. So in their discussions, they've sort of explained how much money they make on 4,000. If somebody's getting 4,000 watch hours a year, by the way, that's over. So 4,000 watch hours over the course of a year means you're making, I think he said like 35, 40, but you know, somewhere in the 30s a month. 30. Like that, you're right. So that's what I mean. You're absolutely right. You're not going to get rich. So, what they're trying to say is the change from 4,000 to 8,000. First of all, they're not changing the amount of their payout. They're just changing when you can become eligible for the program. So all it means is you're going to become eligible later. And you're talking about later being the difference between maybe making $35 a month and maybe making $60 or $70 a month. And they don't pay you unless you make 100. They don't pay you out until you hit 100. I also learned that. I mean, I've learned a lot about monetization through this change because everybody's sort of explained how it works. And they're trying to, you know, a couple of these guys are just trying to settle people down and be like, hey man, it's not really as awful as it looks. Yep, there's a deer up in the wood, up on the side there. And the numbers kind of compound as they get larger. You know, I think the time it takes you to get from, you know, 1,000 views over, and that's over a 365-day period. So the time it takes you to get from 1,000 to 2,000 is a longer period usually than from 2,000 to 4,000 or 4,000 to 8,000. It gets progressively faster if you continue to post videos. very interesting process. Popeyes. I think I should get a sponsorship from Popeyes since we sit here every day and look at that building for probably at least 10 seconds a day.
Anna says a quick good morning all.
Good morning. Quick? You on run? You on the run? Sunday morning. You're up and moving.
There's 007 says good morning Donna, hope all is well. Donna says wanted to say it, you watch Dana from last night at about 3.5 hours and you can watch fireworks.
Oh, really? Like an actual fireworks show? That's cool. Dana last night. I'll try to remember that when I get home.
Donna says yes.
Very cool. Was she by was it like a carnival or a fair or something? Or some individual shooting off fireworks? A lot of people, I've noticed a lot of people online have been talking like, oh, the summer's over now. You know, this is the last weekend of the summer. I think it was on, I was watching Hala's video about, maybe it was on that one or not. He had a video yesterday. I think he did a live stream yesterday. I didn't catch it live, but he did a live stream yesterday.
There's 007 says cool at Donaku 594. I watch her do the DoorDash too.
At the beach. So he had like a live shot of the beach for a couple hours. It might have been on that. Might have been a comment on that video. But I've just seen a lot of people say, you know, like, well, you know, this is the last weekend of the summer. I'm like, this isn't the last weekend of the summer.
Anna
But
says I was a bit displayed and she was not sure what it was part it.
oh, so she just kind of ran into it and saw it. That's cool. But I guess because schools are going back in some locations, which seems very early to me. I guess it is the middle of August, but still. If I was in school, I would be devastated if I was going back to school in the middle of August. I think I can say I never attended school in August. It always started after Labor Day for me. Always.
Donna says, and when you thinks it's over, God, it's not.
Oh, the fireworks? So they have like a false alarm finale.
Donna says exactly.
Maybe I should. Fireworks is a good thing to film. We have a festival in my town. It's usually not Labor Day weekend, but the following weekend. So it's either the second or third weekend in September. It's called the Reisterstown Festival, and they have fireworks on Saturday night. And that festival is close enough to my house that I used to be able to see the fireworks from my front yard. But I've had some trees grow over the years that have blocked some of that view. I can still see the higher ones. And I could definitely hear them. She'll make a separate video with the fireworks, like a short or something. That'd be a good idea. school starts, the bakery was getting busier. Because really from September, October, November, December, those 4 months, the last 4 months of the year, are the busiest time. The burrs, September, October, November, December. The burrs. Up, we got an Amish. Look. I'm gonna go slow. Where's the buggy? Little Amish action going by. Hey, buddy. That's gonna be my thumbnail. Oh my God. Now see, when we were driving to WhatADay, so we were going the other direction on this road, the other side of the road looked like it was a slightly different shade. Like it looked gray versus black. But it must be something to do with the angle, because now it looks the same. It was very strange. If you go back to the beginning, when I was driving the other way, it looked like a gray, like the what we're on now is black, and what the left side of the road is gray. That's what it looks like going over. I don't know what to say about that. Cows are up, the cows are standing. All the cows are standing. It's about 50-50 earlier. Does look like, I believe that we are going to get rain. I think it's predicted for like 10 o'clock and then most of the day. So today I will be, once again, when I get home, I got to find an indoor project to work on today. Oh, there's somebody there. Is that still? They don't open until 7.
Donna says, and a quick goodbye. Have a great day.
A quick goodbye. You're all for a quickie today, Donna. All right, Donna, have a good day. Thank you for stopping in quickly. You were there for a while. You were here for a while. What do you call that, quick? Chris, I hope you have a good day. I hope you get the rain that they're talking about. Otherwise, tomorrow, back on the road, 5:15. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Anybody who's watching live or I always want to say retro, replay.
There's 007 says, have a great day, Donna, and see you soon, Craig. Cheers.
All right, everybody. I'll check out that music video. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a great one. Bye.